The 1783 to 1784 eruption of the Laki volcano in Iceland was one of the most catastrophic volcanic events in recorded history. While it didn't directly stop Napoleon, who was only a teenager at the time, the Laki eruption had far-reaching consequences that some historians argue contributed to the social and economic unrest leading up to the French Revolution in 1789, which ultimately set the stage for Napoleon's rise and fall. Details of the eruption. The Laki fissure, a 15-mile-long volcanic crack in southern Iceland, erupted on June 8, 1783 and continued for 8 months. The volcano emitted 122 megatons of sulfur dioxide and other toxic gases into the atmosphere, alongside vast quantities of lava. This release created one of the largest volcanic clouds in recorded history, dispersing across much of the northern hemisphere. Immediate effects on Iceland. The eruption caused catastrophic damage to Iceland, with nearly 50% of Iceland's livestock dying from the toxic gases and poisoned grazing lands, leading to a famine known as the Mist Famine. Nearly a quarter of Iceland's population perished from starvation and toxic gas exposure. Global climate effects and the haze famine. As the sulfuric haze drifted over Europe, it formed an acidic cloud, which blocked sunlight, lowered temperatures, and resulted in a volcanic winter. Europe experienced unusually cold temperatures, with snow reported as late as July. Global temperatures dropped by approximately 1 degree Celsius, or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, impacting growing seasons and harvests. Crops across Europe failed, leading to widespread food shortages. The conditions were so severe that this period became known as the Haze Famine, or the Great Famine of 1783 to 1784. Social and political impact. The scarcity of food and resulting economic strain caused major social disruptions. The poor harvests led to high food prices, compounding the economic difficulties that France and other European nations were already experiencing. In France, this worsened the plight of the lower classes, who faced hunger, high taxes, and growing inequality. The growing poverty, coupled with discontent over economic inequality and government corruption, contributed to a climate ripe for revolution. These conditions escalated tensions between the French monarchy and the populace, eventually culminating in the French Revolution in 1789. Long-term consequences and connection to Napoleon. The eruption's indirect impact on the French Revolution was significant, as it heightened social unrest, leading to the eventual overthrow of the monarchy. This power vacuum and political upheaval allowed Napoleon Bonaparte, who emerged as a brilliant military leader during the Revolution, to rise to power in the years that followed. Although the eruption didn't directly stop Napoleon, it created a series of events that ultimately framed his path to power. The social and political changes stemming from the revolution also set the stage for his eventual ambition and influence. Legacy of the Laki eruption. The Laki eruption serves as an example of how natural disasters can trigger far-reaching social and political changes. The eruption not only reshaped Iceland, but also contributed to a global climate event that exacerbated already fragile conditions across Europe, indirectly influencing historical events like the French Revolution and, by extension, Napoleon's rise and fall. This event has led scientists and historians to study how climate and natural disasters can have lasting impacts on societies, often catalyzing significant shifts in political structures and social stability.